today's video, I have the ORLY Dreamscape Fall 2019 Shop My Stash. If you are not familiar with the series, I've already done a video for OPI, China Glaze, and ESSIE. And this year, instead of shopping from the collections, I decided to shop my stash and curate my own little selection and try to dupe their lineup. With that being said, not everything is going to be exactly the same because I'm only working with the collection that I currently have, and there's slight variations in some of these polishes, but as long as I get a similar look on the nails, I'm pretty satisfied with it, and the whole purpose of this is to make better use out of my collection. So let's get into this particular collection here. When I initially saw it, I gotta tell you, I wasn't very interested in it because I like the traditional autumnal colors, very rich, warm tones, the greens, the reds, the oranges, the yellows, and so on and so forth, to where this is not that. This is very cool base, and to me, it's giving me more winter vibes, but I can appreciate what they were doing. They definitely stepped outside of the norm from what everybody else is doing, so it's catering to a different group, maybe people that like something a little bit more toned down, more subdued, more neutral. Aside from two polishes, I think there are the only dark polishes. The other four to me look more on the neutralish side, more along the lines of palette cleansers, as far as maybe taking a break from some bright colors or some dark colors, and so on and so forth. So I can see and appreciate that, but still was not my favorite just by looking at it. So let's get on into all of these polishes here. Let me put this over here, and I'm gonna get started with Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver is a soft mauve cream in the collection, and the polish that I ended up pulling out to replace their polish is from Wet n Wild. This one is the One Step Wonder Gel, and it's in 732A Stay Classy. And this one is kind of like a rosy tone like theirs is, but also has a little bit of mauve. And this one has a really awesome formula, two coats to get fully opaque. I want to say that this one's just a little bit lighter than theirs is. I love this one. It has a really awesome formula, and the color is just really beautiful. Air of Mystique is their dark teal shimmer, and I had an array to choose from for this one because I love teal shimmers, and this is why I'm doing this series. I have 5 polishes to choose from, and I only pulled from the racks that I have out. I didn't even check in my drawers, but I have a good variety to pick from. So I'll start off with these two right here, which are very similar. They both have this little duochrome situation going on, or kind of little flash going on in it. This one's from ORLY, which actually came out earlier this year, the beginning of the year 2019. This is Retrograde, and this is one of my favorites from the collection. I think it was called Dream Wonder. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the collection was called Dream Wonder. So this is a dark teal shimmer also, but it's almost like a beetle looking polish where it has that little shiftiness going on, and on the sides of the bottles I see a little bit of blue, purple, and pink going on in it that I do capture on my nails slightly. Not quite as pronounced as it is in the bottle, but I do see it on the nails. It has an awesome formula, a couple coats for full opacity, and one that's similar to this one is a Boss from Deborah Lippmann, and this is the one that I had in my fall nail polish picks because I wanted to give this one a lot of love this season. So this one here also has that little shiftiness going on with the little kind of purpley blue pink flash running through it, but this one I don't see it on the nails, to where this one I do. But I feel like they're very similar to their color, only that their color I don't think has that little shiftiness going on in the bottle, but these are options for me. And these 3 are all from China Glaze. Look at this. This is crazy. The lightest one of them all is Beauty and the Beach. This is the one that doesn't come nearly as close. I feel like it's not quite, I feel like theirs is definitely very dark on the green side, and it's a little bit deeper to this one's definitely more of a teal blue. And I want to say this one 2-3 coats for full opacity. I have Deviantly Daring, and I also have Tongue in Cheek, and Tongue in Cheek is one that I think I pulled out to dupe a polish from either the OPI or China Glaze Fall collection this year. And this one, compared to the other ones, has quite a bit more blue in it, if you can see that. Great formula for this one coat to get opaque. Usually with colors like these that are on the darker teal shimmery sides, not the lighter ones like Beauty and the Beach. This one it's a little bit more sheer, kind of like Ostentatious Turquoise from OPI. Colors like those have a thinner formula, to where these are definitely more opaque. And this Deviantly Daring, the slight difference from this one compared to the other ones is that it has this very fine gold shimmer or little sheen running through it as well. I haven't worn this one in forever, so I can't even remember how many coats this one takes. And I'll have swatches of the polishes, because some of them I did swatch, and if I have old swatches of some of them, I'll also pop them up on the screen for you guys to check out. Ethereal Plain is a soft pink with the blue sheen, and I didn't have any pink with the blue sheen or that little flash running through it. The two that I have a green little flash. So I'll start off with this one, because to me this one looks similar to that one. It's definitely a deeper pink, and it has a little bit of purple in it. This one's from SinfulColors. It's part of their SinfulShine, better yet, with gel tech, and it's part of a Kylie collection. I think this came out a few years back now. It's called Miss Majesty, but the formulation of this is very similar to Ethereal Plain, because that one seems to be a polish that's meant to be sheer, where you can still see the tips of your nails too. With this one is exactly the same as that, only that I feel like the pink in this has a slightly bit more purple, and the color's just a little bit deeper, I would say, than theirs. Theirs looks a little bit softer and a little bit more delicate, I would say, but it gives me a similar look on the nails. I thought this one was really beautiful actually, and it would be one of the ones that I would have purchased would I be buying from the collection. But anyways, this one for me, 3 coats, and I can still see the tips of my nails, and you can see that little green flash. I think it's gorgeous. And from Orly, I have Beautifully Bizarre. This one I pulled because it has that little flash as well going through it. The difference though, the base of this is definitely one that's not a polish that's meant to be sheer. It is meant to get opaque, and it does at 3 coats. A little bit of a tricky formula. It does tend to take a little bit longer to dry, but the end result is really beautiful, and you can capture that little flash on the nails, and I think it's amazing. Astral Projection is their Cool Gray Cream, and on their website it looks like it has a little bit of a purple undertone to it, and same thing in some of the pictures. Actually, in some of the pictures it looks like it has a little bit of blue also. So anyways, the one that I ended up pulling out is Blue Bonnet, and this one's also a cream. This one is definitely a little bit different from theirs, because theirs looks like a gray with a little bit of purple. This one's more of a blue with a hint of gray. So it's just flipped a little bit, but it gives a similar look on the nails, but you can see a little bit more of the blue. Good formula, 2-3 coats for full opacity. I can get this opaque at 2 coats if I go in a little bit heavy with this polish. And it is one though that takes a little bit longer for it to dry. Free Fall is the lilac with the silver sheen. And this one, based on pictures, it looks like it's a metallic. So the only ones that I had available are these two right here. One that leans a little bit more purple, one that leans a little bit more pink. So although on their website they're saying lilac, to me on their website it looks a little bit more of a lavender, but based on the swatches it looks like it's a lilac. So the one that I pulled out is Thera-Pewter from SinfulColors. This is part of their Stone Crystal collection. The difference from this one compared to theirs as far as finish goes is that theirs looks like a metallic. Mine is more of a crelly. So the base is a little bit more on the sheer side, and it takes 3 coats for full opacity. And this one doesn't have the little silver sheen. This one has little shards of silver metallic little shards in here. This one is beautiful as far as color goes. I love the color of this, but because of the color and just the formulation of this, because it's acrylic, it does take 3 coats, and it does take a little bit longer for it to dry. And then the other one that I have is from C&D, and this one is called Lavender Lace. I think I've mentioned before with this one in the past, I've had issues with leveling. Like, it takes a little while for it, or just it never levels for me. So formulation is just a little bit tricky, a little bit streaky, and it does take 3 coats. The silver little sheen in this though is a little bit more pearlized. It's just a little bit more finely milled, to where it doesn't look quite as metallic, but it does give a similar look on the nails as theirs does, only that this one leans a little bit more on the pink side. The last one that I have here is Into the Deep, and this one is considered a charcoal gray cream. And I've mentioned that I only have 2 dark gray creams in my personal collection. So this is Live in the Gray, which is a mini from OPI, and I think I'm just about out of this one. I just don't buy charcoal gray creams very often. I'm just not something that I gravitate towards. And then the other one that I have is also from OPI, and this is Suzi Skis in the Pyrenees. This one though has a very fine little shimmer. It's like super fine little shimmer that's not super obvious on the nails, but it is a dark charcoal gray. I feel like this one's definitely more closer to their polish than this one is. You can see that this one's just a little bit lighter, but it ends up looking like a dark gray on the nails. A couple coats for full opacity for Suzi Skis in the Pyrenees, and same thing with Lavender Gray, 2 to 3 I would say for both. So that is everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I know this video was a little bit on the shorter side, but there's only 6 polishes in the ORLY collection, so not much to talk about. I was debating on doing the Soya collection as well, but there's some polishes in here that kind of remind me of some of the polishes from OPI, I want to say, and I don't want that video to be repetitive. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Yeah, like Kinsley, let's see, Michaela reminds me of that dusty purple from OPI. Foster, Ripley, Vester. Ooh, some of these are really pretty. Elliot looks so pretty too. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like majority of these I have already mentioned in previous Shop My Stash. So anyways, I'll think about it, or you guys let me know if you guys would like to see something like that. I think there's only a few polishes that I would probably have to swatch, because the other ones I already have swatches for already. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.